to move forward. I did get some positive from here before because I received my GED. You know, I try to respect the guards, but we also want respect in return. We're not treated as humans.
So here we are at Tent City after spending much of the day with the out on the chain gang, a female chain gang. And I admit this is not your traditional prison. This is not what we think of when we think of incarcerating our prisoners. But if you think about it, what we've been doing over these last years, in fact for generations here in this country, hasn't worked. Our jails have become merely warehouses for prisoners with revolving doors. We arrest people for breaking the law, put them in prison. Eventually they get out only to commit crimes again. And we spend a lot of money on that. None of us feel very much safer because of it. So maybe it is time for some innovative ideas as to what can change this vicious cycle of violence and the lives that these people are in, where they don't change, where they grow up sometimes from very difficult surroundings, very difficult circumstances, resort to a life of breaking the law, and they can't seem to get out of it. They are in a rut. So what can we do to change it? I'm somewhat impressed by what I've seen here today. It is different. It is taking somebody and teaching them some sense of responsibility. This is not a country club. It is no fun sleeping out here when it's 104, 110 during the summer, maybe 120 during the heart of the day, and not much cooler during the evening times. So nobody wants to come back here because it's nice. But there is a sense of discipline, a sense of community, a sense of order, and perhaps teaching a sense of values that when they finally get out of this program, maybe this time, they'll finally be able to say life ought to be better than just breaking the law. Maybe they will finally take the shackles off their legs and be able to live a life of obeying the law and being a productive citizen. That is how this is finally going to be measured. Will this program work? We'll have to check back in a little bit, maybe in a year or two. We'll check back to see if some of these people are back here again. And if they are not, then we know maybe it really did work. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Robson Green and Stephen Tompkinson are brothers with a special bond.
Keep your gob shut and look professional.
A new ITV drama has them in business together.
Dodgy Geordie builders. Just frown a lot and see about that, look on.
When business and pleasure get kinda mixed up.
I'm going to have you.
Brotherly love gets a little strained.
You and me are finished.
If they weren't brothers, would they be friends?
Sorry, kidder.
Grafters, a new series, Tuesdays, soon on ITV.
Happy news for Chloe next, but an anxious time for Marilyn, home and away in a few moments.
There's a new soup from Campbell's that's sealed in a carton. To capture the deliciously fresh flavour. It's causing a stir. And people want a taste. New Campbell's deliciously good soups.
Dad, looks like they're going to put a bypass to our garden. Dad, Jim next door's won the lottery. Wants to share it with his neighbours. Dad, did you know that PG tips are really cheap?
Cheap? PG's not cheap. Oh, they just cost less than other leading brands. Cheap indeed. So why is Jim having a bypass?
Normally I'm not one for deep fat fryers, but they love chips.
Lucky I discovered Supremia. It locks steam and greasy fumes into its clever condenser drawer and turns them into water. So there are virtually no fumes or nasty whiffs. And that's it. The chips taste great and the cook smells delicious.
Supremia from Moulinex.
Discover the magic of Animaland in this animated masterpiece from a Disney legend. These wonderful adventures will capture your heart and your child's imagination. Now available on video, Animaland is an unforgettable musical journey of laughter and adventure.
Cheery corn, cheery oats, cheery rice and wheat. Cheery full cream Cheerios, cheery good to eat. They're nutritious and delicious Cheerios, so good to eat.
It takes 4 whole grains to make the one and only Cheerios.
Cheerios, so good to eat.
Come on and save 40% on your new city. 40% off for you and me.
598
BFFs. 850 extra covers free. BFFs. 699 BFFs. 4 years free credit, baby, that's true. Free for a year, I just had to.
This great combination offer ends Sunday at DFS.
Come on, Cole, jack back! 50, 50, 50! 50, 50, 50!
When most of us make local calls from home at the weekend, we pay about 1p per minute. Now you can call Cellnet and join our 3 new firsts for free, and you could make calls all weekend long for less than a penny per minute. In other words, Cellnet mobile phone calling is priced like home phone calling to any number in your First for Family circle all weekend long. And now everybody can have a Cellnet phone of their own. Call us. We have a lot to talk about. 0800 40 50 30.
Lays out Day Covent Garden, and I'm going snowboarding. They've turned the famous old marketplace into an alpine resort for the day. I first saw snowboarding in a magazine when I was 10. Since then I've been hooked. Last year I went to Switzerland, along with the British junior team. Now it's an Olympic sport and my dream is to snowboard for England. You don't have to go abroad to do it. They're planning 4 or 5 permanent snow domes across the country with real snow. But I normally practice on dry ski slopes, and there are plenty of those around. Lots of kids won't know they could be snowboarding too. They need help and encouragement, and information about how and where they can do it. Let's get more kids into sport.
If you want to get into sport, there's a range of free Carlton booklets to help you. Call 0171 428 2580 for details. That's 0171 428 2580.
The alarm bells are ringing.
I'm not going anywhere near there till the electric shut down.
And the sparks
This bloke better be all right, Dan, otherwise you've had it, I tell you.
are about to fly for the men behind the masks.
Is your boss there? Well, tell him I got his message.
Passions are burning.
I took the flak today over your bit of fun. Yeah, and I didn't ask you to.
But a new flame
They have actually appointed a new station commander.
is going to blow things sky high. London's burning. Hot's up. Saturday 9:25 on ITV.
This is Carlton, now on with this Friday afternoon, and Peter has some important news for Sarah in half an hour in High Road. First, what's news in Summer Bay?
You know we belong together, you and I forever and ever. No matter where you are, you're my guiding star.
And from the very first moment I saw you, I never felt such emotion. I'm walking on air just to know you are there.
You are there. Hold me in your arms, don't let me go. I want to stay forever, closer each day, home and away.
Donald, what a nice surprise.
Well, this wasn't. What have you been keeping from me, Marilyn? Hey, what on earth is going on?
It's just that competitive rowing's something you've got to really, really want to